Welcome viewers to this very special video today, where you join us for an EKS Classics video where we are going back in time to our first ever round, which was held 2 years today at Daytona Tamworth in the Midlands. This event was our first ever championship round and followed on from our inaugural event at Buckmore Park kart circuit, and we saw 24 drivers make the trip up to the Midlands, and these drivers were split up into two random groups. In this video we're going to be covering the second group and we're going to be covering their second race, and starting on pole position for this race is the two-time Tamworth RT8 champion and two-time Tamworth RT8 lap record holder Andrew McWilliam. He's starting on the front row alongside Abi Sanders, she's a Tamworth DMAX Super Champs regular, and Olly Smith is then starting in third position. He is a 9-time Buckmore Park champion. Rasool is another Tamworth DMAX Super Champs regular. He's starting in P4. He's ahead of Olly, who's another Super Champs regular here at Tamworth. And then Jamie Chase is starting in P6. He's a two-time indoor lap record holder. TRX member Liam Tricker is then starting in P7. He's starting alongside the 2018, 2019 and 2020 Bottle Park Sprint League champion Tom Langford. Chris Glissbor is another member of TRX. He's starting in 9th position. He's starting alongside a Milton Keynes DMAX Super Champs regular in the form of James Brown. Simon Fuller is a Sandown Park DMAX Super Champs regular. He's starting in P11 and he's starting on the final row of the grid alongside Matthew Lawton.
Group 2, Race 2, about to get underway here at Daytona Tamworth. Abi Sanders and Andrew McWilliam share the front row of the grid. We're looking to the lights, it's lights out and away we go. A good start for Andrew, who gets clear into the first corner. Abi Sanders slots into second position. Olly Smith under pressure from Rasool on the outside line as they drag race down to turn 3 for the first time in the race. Olly able to hold on to the position. Samuel loses out to Olly, and Jamie Chase goes through on the inside line as well. So Samuel dropping a little bit here. Olly Smith just trying to keep on the back of our two race leaders at this stage, as Samuel's getting very, very busy, being overtaken by numerous cars as he makes his way up into turn 6 for the first time in this race. Olly down the inside line of Olly Smith, who now goes back to the outside line. Jamie Chase involved as well, as Olly goes to the inside into turn 7. Jamie's able to complete the move the long way round into turn 8, and that is how they run at the end of the first lap.
Yeah, good overtake there by Jamie Chase, held it around the outside going through turn number 6 and then completed the move into turn number 8. So now we have Andrew McWilliam, he's in the lead of this race. We've got Abi Sanders currently in P2, there's Olly, you've got Jamie Chase, you've got Olly Smith, and as they come across the start finish line now, we just wait for the timing to update. It's Liam Tricker who's now in 6th position ahead of Tom Langford, and Samuel Rasool, who started up in P4, he's now dropped all the way down to 8th position. So not a great start here for Samuel. We'll be hoping for a recovery drive then throughout the rest of this race.
And so we're keeping an eye on that battle out the front through the eyes of Olly Smith primarily, as Jamie Chase is just about losing a little bit of time. Olly had a little bit of a look down the inside into turn 6, but then loses all of that momentum on the outside of the corner, on the exit to the corner, I should say. Abi Sanders sizing herself up for a move on Andrew McWilliam. She's very, very close to a fellow Tamworth regular driver. And there goes Olly down the inside line into turn 10. He's just about able to muscle his way through ahead of Abi Sanders. And Andrew McWilliam staying at the lead of the race for the time being. Now he's going to look over his shoulder because Olly will be soon to be challenging him. To be honest with you though, Andrew might just have the pace. He's had the pace throughout the course of the day so far. I think Olly's going to have a very, very difficult time trying to get back past, particularly as here goes Abi Sanders trying to get the run into turn 4.
Yeah, as she's trying to go up the inside. Olly also trying to go up the inside of Andrew McWilliam. So it's Andrew McWilliam, we just start on pole position for this race, and he's held on to the lead for the time being. But as you say, he's under pressure from a whole train of karts. You can see further behind as well, Samuel Rasool, he's still behind Tom Langford. These 3 karts you can see in front of us are dropping back slightly from the pack of 5 karts that are in the battle for the lead. It is Tom Langford who is in front of Samuel Rasool, and then it's Liam Tricker in front of him. So this is the top 8 here, all in one long train of karts. We head through turn number 10 on the 3rd lap of the race. That's an inside move there by Jamie Chase. He goes at the inside of Abi Sanders, but not able to make that work. Really needs to go in a little bit harder and a little bit faster into that corner there to make that one work. So Abi Sanders holds on to P3 for the time being.
Jamie Sherman Chase really pushing for this one as they go up into turn 3 with 6 minutes to go in the race. Sorry, 7 minutes to go in the race. Can't read the clock. We see Andrew now going to the inside line as Oscar Lee tries to go the long way around into turn 4. That will open the door up for Abi Sanders if she can get to the inside for turn 5. Jamie tries himself. A little bit of a bump there between the two drivers, but able to stay relatively clean. Other than that, here goes Jamie then. That is a very late move, and he's able to, I think, just about complete it. Ollie's going to try to go down the inside line into turn 7. That was very opportunistic from Olly Smith. Saw that Jamie was just off the line as he tried to make a move on Abi Sanders and was able to find his way through. Now Ollie catching up to the back of Abi Sanders. He's got to run into turn 10, as does Oscar Lee. Ollie can't quite make the pass, neither can Oscar. And now we're going to be almost 3 wide into turn 11. Jamie on the outside of Olly Smith used that momentum loss that Olly Smith had and then goes down the inside line of Abi Sanders, and I think has to let her back through because that was very close to being a bumper pass. He doesn't yield though on the inside into turn 1 as now Olly Smith goes to the inside into turn 3, backs out of it. Nearly 56-mile-an-hour corner, turn 3, so you don't really want to be running too long side by side there. As Oscar still can't find a way through into the lead of the race. Abi goes for a very late lunge on Jamie Sherman Chase. He's not quite got the legs, I think, to defend this one for too long. But we'll keep an eye on Olly Smith as he is right in this train.
Yeah, you can see Abi Sanders wants to get that place straight back on Jamie Sherman Chase, and Jamie has indeed received a bumping warning for that move on Abi Sanders on the previous lap, so that will be a 1-point deduction for him at the end of this race. Remember, it is your points which decide where you start on the grid for the feature race after this one, so it's not the best thing for Jamie Sherman Chase, but he's trying to get the inside there of Oscar Lee. Thought about it, but thought better of it in the end as Oscar Lee continues to put pressure on Andrew McWilliam in the lead of this race. We're halfway through the race, 5 minutes to go. You've got Jamie Sherman Chase right behind Oscar now as they head through turn 1, and Abi Sanders, she is under pressure now from Olly Smith in P5, and as you can see now from the drone shot, there is a 9-way fight for the lead here. So this is an epic train of cars going all the way back to Chris Glishmore, the leading heavyweight driver in this race, currently running in P9. But as we cut back to Olly Smith's on board, Abi Sanders, she is up the inside of Jamie Sherman Chase. She thought about going for the move in the previous lap. She's gone for it now, not made it work now. Olly Smith at the inside of her as he heads through turn 5. Gets a bit of oversteer though on the quite steep curb on the inside of that corner, and he holds on to P5. For the time being, it's Abi Sanders who stays in at P4, and it's Jamie Sherman Chase who continues to put pressure on Oscar Lee in the 3-way fight for the lead.
So there's a 3-way fight for the lead, but then of course Olly Smith still putting the pressure on Abi Sanders. If he can get through, he'll fancy his chances for the lead. There goes Jamie Sherman Chase down the inside line. It's another very aggressive elbows out move into turn 10. Oscar's just about having to yield it as now Abi thinks about a move into turn 12, but isn't quite able to find one there. Jamie gets a fantastic run out of the final corner as Samuel Rasool has caught right up to the back of this huge train. He runs in 8th position at the moment, and we'll wait to see what he's able to do. Just ahead of him at the moment is Tom Langford. So let's see what can happen there as Olly Smith dives down the inside line on Abi Sanders. That again is a very aggressive move. He's not quite able to make it work. He has to go to the outside into turn 5. This will set himself up for a move into turn 6, I'm sure. He's definitely going to try it, and boy does he try it. Gets the apex nice and early. Abi Sanders still defending this for her life. It's a very tricky place to overtake here as Olly Smith now sees another driver go through. That one is Liam Tricker, able to go down the inside line, and Ollie loses that spot.
Yeah, great move that is by Liam Tricker. Oh, that's a change for the lead. Jamie Sherman Chase is up the inside of Andrew McWilliam as they go through turn number 10. Jamie Sherman Chase gone from 6th of the grid into the lead of the race, but Andrew McWilliam straight back up the inside into the hairpin at the end of the lap. And Andrew McWilliam, he's back into the lead, and now Abi Sanders is at the inside of Oscar Lee as they go into turn number 1. Abi Sanders straight up the inside, and she's in 2P3. So Andrew McWilliam then, he's into the lead of the race. Jamie Sherman Chase straight back down to 2nd place. You've got Abi Sanders in 3rd. You've got Oscar Lee now in 4th, but Oscar Lee's look up the inside of Abi Sanders, trying to get the position straight back, and Abi Sanders, she's up the inside of Jamie Sherman Chase. Olly Smith, meanwhile, he's up the inside of Liam Tricker, who's on our left-hand side. So Abi Sanders, she's straight back in to P3. Oscar Lee was trying to get back into 3rd, but now Abi Sanders is trying to get into 2nd. She's up the inside of Jamie Sherman Chase. Olly Smith gets past Liam Tricker. Now Oscar Lee back up the inside of Abi Sanders. We've got Liam Tricker back on our outside again. He's now on the right-hand side of us as we head through turn number 8. Abi Sanders is still side by side with Oscar Lee as they head into into turn number 9, and it is Abi Sanders. Is she into third? No, she's not. They're still side by side. You got Olly on the inside, you got Jamie Chase on the inside of Andrew McWilliam as well. The top of shot. He's trying to get through. It's Olly Smith now at the inside of Olly. He's now up in 2-4 place for the final call of the lap. And now as we come back to Samuel Rasool, this has allowed everyone to catch up as Samuel Rasool has briefly dropped down to P9.
Difficult to catch your breath when the battling is like that. Let's take stock with a minute to go in the race as Andrew has to defend for the lead of the race. Jamie Chase looking around the outside into turn 4. Trouble is you can't really go around the outside there. You have to make it work into turn 5 if you want to complete the pass. And Ollie still trying to catch up to the back of the train. This could be a 4-way fight for the lead as we head into the closing stages. For my liking, probably 2 laps to go. Once we get to the line, we'll wait and see as Ollie's got the pace on these guys. Questioning how far behind Oscar Lee actually is at this stage and if he might get back into the battle as there goes Jamie down the inside line. That is a hugely aggressive move. And Andrew back to the inside. Abi Sanders tries to find her way through. Jamie getting his elbows out in this race. And there goes Abi almost from the lead. She gets past Jamie Chase. This gives Olly Smith the chance to catch up into the hairpin. And now we're going to have that 3-way fight continue into a 4-way fight now for the win.
Yeah, we've seen it happen a couple of times this race. You go for the move in the car in front, and in fact you end up just getting swamped by the pack behind, and you end up losing positions, not gaining positions. So now as we enter what I believe is the second to last lap of the race, Jamie Chase trying to get back up the inside of Abi Sanders, but he's through. Abi Sanders goes in deep there, and she hits Andrew McWilliam, and Jamie Chase has just done a double overtake there, but Andrew McWilliam straight back into the lead of the race. Jamie was momentarily into the lead there, and Olly Smith has capitalised on that. He's got through Abi Sanders, and now he's at the inside of Jamie Chase. Can he get 2 overtakes done here in 2 corners? Not quite, doesn't get the driver out the corner now, but Abi Sanders back on his inside as they head through turn number 7 now into turn 8. Ollie has the inside line for this one, and Olly Smith, he is back through. You can see further behind as well, Samuel Rasool has caught all the way up to this leading train of karts. In fact, this is a 9-way fight for the lead now as Oscar Lee has got Liam Tricker on his outside. Now Samuel Rasool trying to get the inside of Liam Tricker, but it is Andrew McWilliam as we enter the final lap of the race. In fact, I think this may even be the checker flag. He is in the lead of the race.
So drag race to the line. Andrew McWilliam looking over his shoulder, might just hold on to the lead of this race, and he does across the line to take the checkered flag. Jamie Chase in second, Olly Smith in third. That could not have come closer down to the wire if they wanted to. What a race with Andrew McWilliam, the victor.
What a race that was. That is a fantastic way to bring the EKS into existence, and it is Andrew McWilliam then who took the win in that race. It was Jamie Chase who crossed the line in P2, but he has been given a 2-place penalty after the race for multiple pieces of contact, so he as a result has been dropped back down to P4, and it's Olly Smith who has been promoted up to P2. He ended up finishing just under 3/10 behind Andrew McWilliam at the finish there, and it's Abi Sanders who's been promoted up to P3 ahead of Jamie Chase in 4th. Oscar Lee, he was in the battle for the lead all throughout that race. He ended up coming home in P5, less than a second off of the win, and he had Liam Tricker just behind him in P6. It's then Samuel Rasool who ended up finishing up in P7, having got past Tom Langford and Chris Clishmore towards the end of that race. It's Tom Langford who ended up finishing in P8, less than 2 seconds off of the win, and he finishes ahead of Chris Clishmore, who finished as the top heavyweight driver. James Brown unfortunately was struggling a little bit in these karts, and he finished in P10 ahead of Simon Fuller. Those two battled for 10th place out of shots, and it's Matthew Lawton who ended up coming home in P12.